child, to my magic dimension.
I'm Mike Dimas, and this is Pinball Shenanigans. Okay, I'd like to talk about Capcom's Pinball Magic. I'm just going to go over my game here, talk about things that I've done to it, the cool features of the game itself, a little bit of history, and I'm actually going to be putting this up for sale, so this can be informative to a potential buyer, but also just to the pinball enthusiast in general. So it's going to kind of be an all-purpose video here. So let's start with a little bit of the history that I know of Capcom. Capcom's first game, it looks like it was Pinball Magic in 1995. So, you know, the pinball world crashed in 2000. Williams closed up shop, and it was basically the end of the world for pinball at that time. So getting into the game in 1995 was a little late, and that's why Capcom didn't really produce a lot and didn't survive very long. The last, they only produced games for 1995 and 1996, and that's it. This 2007 Big Bang bar here is when Gene Cunningham bought Capcom and Williams and decided to make 191 extra Big Bang bars, but Capcom only produced 14 themselves. And as you can see, the numbers on all their games are very low. Airborne, I actually had that game and it was friggin' cool. Probably should have kept it. Probably the same for Pinball Magic, but hey, can't keep them all forever unless you have space for hundreds of pinball machines. Pinball Magic, they only made 1,200. So for a DMD game, that is pretty darn rare. Flipper Football was a weird game made by Python Angelo. Break Shot is a cool street level game, no ramps. And that's a pretty fun game. And then Kingpin says they produced 9, which is basically a prototype. So that was basically what Capcom was up to in 1995 and 96. Pinball Magic, let's see what we got here. This is the who's who of Pinball Magic. Brian Hansen is the design, and Rob Hurtado. I don't know many of these names. I know Chris Grainer, the music. That's pretty sweet. Jeff Powell, I think I've heard that name. But anyway, that is, 1,200 machines, Pinball Magic, 1995. A very low run. Let's head back over to the machine. Okay, so let's, I guess, start from the exterior of the machine. When I first got this machine, there was a couple main issues. One is that it was resetting on me. And two is that the optos for these stage doors right here were kind of acting up a little bit. I've since fixed both issues, but since then, both issues have reared their ugly heads again. So the machine is not in perfect working condition. There's got a bit of an opto issue with these guys that I'll get into later. And then the occasional reset, which is a little sad, but I think I know the remedy to that. But when I first got the machine, I decided I was going to get it powder coated. So as you can see, I think it shows up a little more brown in the video, but this is purple, like metallic-like powder coating on the legs, the coin door bezel, the lock bar, the side rails, and the hinges. The cabinet itself is in good shape. Pin gulp, I typically don't include because I use those, so probably won't include that when I do sell this machine. I did find this Capcom decal. Actually, that's a reproduction. Someone made that, so I added that. Oh, also, this is powder coated as well. Well, I think I put in a new lock, new leg hardware, your leg bolts and your leg levelers. This is also a custom-made apron decal because this particular decal, they only put on Pinball Magic. None of the other Capcom games actually have that, so it's just not a thing that is available because there's really very little demand for one. So I managed to find one, and you can see it's kind of like layered. The silver is kind of the top layer. So I had this reproduced and was able to make a few and, you know, provide some for other Pinball Magic owners. Anyway, also got the custom apron decals on this machine. And I guess the big thing really is the color display on this. This is actual color DMD, not the Pin 2 DMD. So which means this is like, nowadays to order one of these into Canada is getting around $900. But I didn't pay that price because I bought the color DMD years ago. And this is basically a must-have on this game. It brings this game to life. The colors and the animations are awesome. Yeah, so, you know, just typical dings and wear, a little here, a little there on the head, nothing too major. But let's talk about the features of Pinball Magic. And I might have to take off the glass and really get in here to show you the features in action, because I can't just talk about it. I really need to show you. The biggest thing is this hand here. You shoot the ball up the ramp and it goes into this little tray, and the ball will travel on the underside of this wand, because the wand is actually a big magnet, and then it'll fall off down here into this treasure chest, and then you lock your balls into there. And then I believe, you know what, I have to clean up this playfield before I do this video. Just kidding. I'm already well into it now, so I will give this a clean. I forgot I meant to do that. It's been a while since I noviced her up, but it's a little strange. It's like most playfields go dirty. They have little black spots for whatever reason. I don't know if it's a piece of rubber that's wearing, but I've got white spots on the playfield, so I better clean that up before I proceed much further. But in terms of the hand here, I think it's when you hit the magic drop targets down, then the whole hand moves over to the right, and then you can see there's a couple holes here, and these are two faces, and these are the guys' mouths. These are critics. You can see it says drop ball in mouth when lit. So the wand will move over to the right, and then the ball will travel under it once you go up the ramp, and then you actually have to hit the right flipper button, which kills the magnet, and the ball will drop, and you have to try and land it in one of these critics' mouths to silence the critics. That's like the first of 3 wizard modes. So just to note while we're at it, the magic targets, all those drop targets are new, drop target decals are new, and I was able to find this decal too. That is a new decal for that. Guess while we're in here, that pop bumper I rebuilt. Oh, and even these stage doors, they were in deplorable condition. Someone tried to hack them together just when they open and close over, you know, a decade or two. Where they attach with screws and nuts and stuff, they just chip and crack and break. So I actually had to get new ones made. So these are custom made reproduction stage door plastics, and they're slightly thicker than the originals, which is good, so they won't break. But I did have to fudge with the hardware a little bit to get that to work. But those stage doors are new. Anyway, I'm going to be right back. I'm just going to clean up this playfield, take off the glass, and talk about some more awesome stuff. I'll be right back. Okay, so I got the glass removed, and there's just that little light dusting of white, whatever that was, but cleaned up no problem. And if you take a close look at the playfield, you can see that it is in really good shape. There is mylar that is pretty much covering the entire surface of the playfield. So that really did preserve this playfield well. So I'm sure there's lots of stuff that I forget. You know, I may have replaced the slingshot plastics. It wasn't all that easy to find a lot of these parts. I did find a bunch in Australia. Oh, it's there. That was the sound of the machine resetting. So sadly, it is still happening. But like I said, I think I know what that is, and I'll get into that after. Hopefully, the machine will behave long enough for me to demonstrate a little bit of it. This little magician's color matching ball was missing when I got the machine. And it's a neat little feature. It has a stem that goes underneath the playfield, and surrounding that stem are like 4 or 5 different colored lights. So this will change to all those different colors, and the goal is to match the magician's color for an award. So you hit that. So I think like if you're on Kenzo and he's red, and then you see this crystal ball turn red like it just did there, you hit that and you get a special award. So that's kind of neat. Another neat little feature here is this captive ball. You got your pinball, and then you have another clear plastic ball, which, as you can see, lights up depending on what insert it's over. And then you knock this into that, and then that into this target back there for your different awards. And that is just a cute little thing. I like that. This chest here, I took it apart and, tweaked it. Actually, I went through, I think, every single mech on this machine, and several of the mechs I went through multiple times. So I've been in and out of this machine a lot, and I was very determined to get it 100%, and it's being stubborn. So this is the way of the pinball, though. I did use a silver marker to add a little bit of color to the straps there. Why is that like that? There should be, interesting. There should be a screw somewhere. That shouldn't just be sitting like that. Oh, there it is. I see. I just need to readjust this guy over time. It needs a little twerk, and I'll be right back. Here we go. Here we go. A little on the fly remedying of said situation. Okay, so what else do we got to show you? Pinball magic. There is so much magic in this pinball, I tell you. Okay, one little cool thing is they got these eyes that will follow you because it's layered plastic. These guys too. Okay, let's hit the start button, and I'm going to proceed to show you some of the animation there. That's Matra Magna. She's the villain of the game. So you can see in color, it is friggin' awesome. So this has got one of the coolest skill shots in pinball. There is this wire form. You plunge, and if you plunge it just right, the ball will, it's doing like a 360 here. It will drop into the hat and then fall into this hole, and then there's your skill shot. Or you can plunge all the way around. I'll try and do the skill shot first. I'll just do a soft plunge. Just like that. That skill shot never gets old, I tell you. That kicks out of there at lightning speed, just so you know. All right, so if you were to just full plunge, then it goes all the way around. I'll show you this shot. Even the full plunge. Where'd you go? Oh, here we go. I'm going to show you that again. The full plunge alone is satisfying. So the object of the game is to complete tricks. I'm going to have to just hit the target from time to time so it doesn't go into ball search. And the first trick is located at the captive ball. So you just hit that, boom. That is our first trick. Now that hum that you're hearing is because I have the glass off and because the diverter is open now. This is trick number 2. So this is going to be another trick I'm going to show you here, another pinball magic. We're going to, first of all, go into there. Oh, I didn't fire it in hard enough. So now I need to get that ball out of there. One moment. Okay, I'm back. All right. So I lied. The first trick is actually up the middle. So if you want to just do a full plunge, that will get you your first trick. Now that is the second trick, and now we can go into here. So I'm gonna go into here, and you're gonna see the ball go into the stage. All right, stage doors are gonna open. Now you're gonna see the ball levitate into the air and come out. Sweet, I found my trap. I found my stucky ball. Perfect. You get rid of that. Okay. So, did you see that? That was freaking cool. Good job, Capcom. Okay, now I'm gonna show you the magic wand. Let's go up the ramp here. Okay, watch closely the ball travel on the magnet. Okay, here we go. See that? That is a locked ball. Okay, so now, if I plunge into the skill shot, that will actually net me a 2-ball multi-ball. Let's try that again. Whoa, on the rim. A little bit harder. Oh, really? Okay, maybe a little bit softer. Oh, jeez. It's not the easiest skill shot. There we go. All right, so then during this multi-ball, you want to hit the ramp for a jackpot. Like, don't you just love that? That's freaking awesome. Okay, let's go build jackpot. And now let's try this jackpot again. Listen for... That's awesome. That reminds me, there is a combo called the Cap combo, but the machine has decided to reset on me. All right, let's talk about a little bit of the boards and a little bit of why this machine is notorious for resetting. Let's open up the back box here. Okay, so firstly, this is the color DMD. And in order for me to have even installed it, this metal RF shield actually came all the way down, and this would not fit through. So I had to get this cut so that the color DMD would actually fit through. So there was some modification required in order to actually make that happen, but it was well worth it. So this is the actual CPU, believe it or not, and got my board guy to NVRAM this guy. And this is kind of unique on this particular Pinball Magic, having this giant 2-piece lamp PCB board set here for the Backbox lights. Apparently it is okay. I've seen on other Pinball Magics that this is not the case, so not exactly sure what that means. But here, this is the reason why this machine is suspected to reset. All these large capacitors here are prone to the machine vibrating and, you know, maybe cracking the solder just a little bit. So what I did about 6 months ago or a year ago, I forget exactly, I managed to find this board. This is a new old stock power board. And once I installed it, it worked flawlessly for the longest time, just until recently. So maybe just playing this machine over the last year or two, I guess, caused a little bit of vibration, and, you know, these guys are possibly in need of some reflowing. So maybe I will do that, or at least reseat like the main power connectors and just kind of see if that will help things along. And then this is, what is this board? I forget. This is like the driver board for all the solenoids and lamps and all that. And then that looks like the display board, I believe. You know, I'm just speculating here, because that actually could be the soundboard. don't quote me. Anyway, what I do know is that this small board down here is a switchboard. And this is also a new old stock board that I found in Australia. And with those opto switches that I was having an issue with, I wanted to rule out whether it was on the switchboard or not. So I did rule it out because I put this in and that switch issue didn't go away. So I actually rebuilt the whole harness for those two optos. I can show you that after. But switchboard, new old stock, power board, new old stock. So while I'm in here, I'll probably reseat a couple connectors and see if that kind of just helps things along. And then I will show you under the hood. But Capcom really did build things very beefy. Like everything is just so well built. It's this machine weighs 1,000 pounds. They kind of redesigned things, a lot of things, and things are built like a tank. One thing I forgot to mention is about the lighting on this machine. I didn't end up LEDing this machine because Capcom went a bit of a different way about their lighting. Every single bulb in the machine is a controlled lamp, so there's none that just stay on non-stop. And every one of them can kind of like go from a low illumination to a higher illumination. So they kind of fade in and out, and you can see these. I'm going to turn off this here. Right now, in attract mode, lights are just kind of dancing around, but the whole machine right now you can see is like slowly getting brighter and brighter and brighter, and it has some really cool lighting effects. And you would typically lose that if you were to LED the machine, unless you were to get an LED OCD board, which, you know, a few $100, and apparently does a good job at preserving the effect. But a lot of people on the Pinside forum for Pinball Magic say keep it incandescent, and then you got your LED enthusiasts. I typically LED everything, but this is the one machine I decided to keep incandescent so that we didn't lose all the cool lighting effects. Another really cool thing about Capcom is the Diagnostics. As soon as you open the coin door, then it goes into Diagnostics, and it's very easy. So left flipper button goes up, right flipper button goes down, start button is enter, so we can go into troubleshooting. You got to hit both flipper buttons to cancel. Let's go into let's see, Diagnostics, and then we can go to standard tests and switch test. So there on the display you'll see this switch is represented by that on the board there on the display. And then we can go to different switches and test them, and it tells you what color the wire is and the name of the switch, stand up center. So the diagnostics on this machine are very easy to navigate and are very well done. So good job, Capcom. All right, let's go under the hood. Capcom had a really interesting way of propping up the playfield. It's got this interesting hinge system, and there's a couple positions that you can put the playfield in to work on it. There's one position where you can kind of like have the whole thing basically out and forward, and anyway, it's a bit to get used to and a little bit awkward, but it's actually done very well. So this is the innards. This is a reproduction manual. Chris McKinley hooked me up with that, so thank you for that, brother. And look at how thick this manual is. It is like new. Well, I think it is new. Here's all the mechs that I have removed and reinstalled multiple times. I remember now, I had an issue with one of these motors, come to think of it. And there's two different of these style motors. One is over there. one is here. And ultimately, I think I learned that one of the motors was worked on, and can't remember what the exact issue was, but one of the motors was bad, and I found a new one in Australia. So that helped me get my wand working. So this is basically the wand mech. This is the stage mech. Here you can see this is how the doors open and close. All right. And this is, that's part of the stage effect where the ball's levitating up into the upper portion of the playfield. And then, oh yeah, I was going to show you here. This is the different colors for the that ball that I was telling you about. See how the wand comes down through the playfield? And then you got orange, yellow, red, blue, and green. So that ball at the top can light up all those different colors. You know, I basically had everything apart and put back together again. The subway, drop target assembly. This piece of metal here is new because the other one was worn, if I recall correctly. So I replaced lots of stuff here and there. I even believe one of these plasticky things was missing, and I found one of those. What was I going to say? Oh, there's that other motor. Totally forgot what I was going to mention there, but here's an example of Capcom kind of redoing things. Like their flipper mechs are also very different, and I tried to stay as original as I could. So rebuilt flippers, except the coil stops are replicas, which I find the flippers do a little bit of buzzing with the replicas. The original, I just can't find them. I had one original and it didn't buzz with the original, but oh well, that's kind of like a Stern thing. Your flippers buzz when you hold down the flipper. It is what it is. Oh, that's what I was going to say. The stage optos are, let's try and get in here. Right here. See this wire? That leads to an opto right there. And then there's these wires here also leads to the other side opto. So this wire harness, I believe there's two. They connect here. I think that's where they both terminate. It's new pins, new wires, and I believe I put in new optos as well. And that worked for so long, but still occasionally they will glitch and the optos will think that the ball is in there when it's not, and the stage doors will open. So it might be time to reflow or replace those optos again. Let's put the playfield back together again, and I'll be back. Hey, look what I found in the cabinet. The other screw and washer for the treasure chest here. There we go. That's all happy again. I just noticed one bulb was out, so I went to lamp test, and I forgot about this. This is a cute little feature. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear this, but like say that you don't have a bulb in there, and then you go put in a bulb. Listen closely. It gives you a little audio cue that the bulb has been installed. So it's like, pew, there you go. Tells you that your bulb's good. Okay, playfield is back down. I want to show you one more thing. I want to show. Oh, this is not what I wanted to show you. Machine reset on me again. Okay, I think I just have to bite the bullet and actually take out the power board and reflow the capacitors. Okay, I've got the power board out, and this heatsink is still very hot. I think I've found the source of my issue, or at least symptoms. Okay, so I'll start with the connector. This is a power connector, I guess. And obviously, that ain't good. So I'm gonna have to pull out the schematics and see what those wires do. It could just be the main power to the board. I'm not sure. But remember, this is a new old stock board, so this issue, I was wondering if like the burn on the female housing was new or was old, and I just never changed it originally. But you can see, not very clearly, but those two pins are a little burnt. I just broke the little tooth off here when trying to remove the connector because it was on there friggin' snug. So obviously this is a new issue to have imparted burns onto my new old stock driver board. So I don't think the board is to blame anymore. Okay, I found out that the burn marks are coming from these two red wires. I found them on the schematics. They're 16.5 volts AC. So that goes to the transformer secondary. So the question is, why are these burning up? All the other connectors are, well, the ones on either side are both 16.5 VAC, but they are fine. So what makes these two guys fine, the brown and the red-white, but the red is burning up? Where does that go and why is my question, but I feel like I'm getting somewhere at least. All right, step one, removing the old header pins on this J1 connector. I'm no expert, and I did buckle this one trace a little bit. The backside looks pretty good. I'll clean up my flux and install a brand new header. All because two of these little pins got a little toasty. Okay, there we go. That does not look too bad on this side. I'm gonna have to bust out my multimeter and just make sure all the connections are okay. Let's take a look at the other side. I actually broke my header pins one pin shy, so all these are connected, and this little guy on the end is a little separate entity. It's a little cockeyed, but going head on, that won't be a problem. The connector will fit, but that doesn't look too bad. I was a little concerned when I buckled that one trace, but I will connect my multimeter to all the pins and check my continuity on the backside, make sure everybody's happy. And then I will go ahead and redo the female connector, and maybe, just maybe, that will resolve the issue. I wonder if this is a different version power board, because I think my old one had all black caps, and I feel like they were a little taller. And these caps still have a good portion of their legs attached, and they kind of like leg lock the board. So these guys are you know, in good shape all in all. So I don't know that they need to be addressed. I probably should reflow them while I have the board out. Just might as well, you know, I probably should. And so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I think 7, 8. Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and do that just to be safe, because why not while I have the board out. And then I will move on to the female header, but I'm going to save that for tomorrow because it's getting late, so I'm going to wrap it up tonight. I'll be back and continue this video tomorrow. Okay, I decided to reflow all of the caps, and then I started reflowing all the other headers, all these guys, but yeah, maybe I'll do all these tomorrow. So this board, you know, it's new old stock, but it's like 30 years old, so I figured while I have it out, I might as well go over the whole thing. Okay, I'm back in the basement, and I have reflowed all 300 headers. I don't know how many there actually are, but there's a lot of them. And cleaned up my flux with some rubbing alcohol. I posted my issue in the Facebook Pinball Repair Help group, and the consensus pretty much seems to be that after doing what I'm doing, replacing the header and the female portion, that in theory, hopefully, I should be back in business. And, you know, reflowing these did not hurt, so might as well, quote unquote, bulletproof the thing while I had it out. So, gonna go move on to the female portion of the repair now. So, time to bust out the repinning basket. This guy right here. Okay, here's the strategy I'm going to employ on repinning this connector. Since all these wires are looped, which makes it for not as simple a task as normal repinning. So this was a looped wire. So what I'm going to do for each loop is create a Y. So I kind of pre-did this one, and then we're going to solder that on there, and then we're going to shrink tube it, add the terminals, and that is my strategy. That is basically the method used on PinWiki, or a method suggested for WPC general illumination connectors. But they actually suggest to cut like a 4 or 5 inch piece of wire and then strip the middle carefully. But I tried that. That's not easy, you know, trying to strip the middle. I'm like getting at strands of actual wire there. Said, screw it, I'm just gonna cut 2 pieces and solder them together. And then I've realized that I can do this and add the terminals on the bench. So I'm gonna make 5 of these Ys, all on the bench in the comfort of my chair. And then I just have to solder, shrink tube, and connect to my connector, which I've got ready to go here. 13 pin, or is it 11? I forgot now. Yeah, so I can do a lot of this work on the bench in the comfort, on the comfort of my bum, which I'm going to do now. All right, there we go. Isn't that cute? I picked 5 different colors because why not? So I've got them all pre-pinned with the Trifuricon terminals. And now I'm going to tin all of the ends there using my little tool there. I don't use that all that often, but it's going to come in handy here. So that is the next step. Okay, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this, but I'm pretty zoomed in. I'll give it a try. Okay, so I used a little bit of flux, put it on the tip of this wire, then I tinned the wire. I cut a piece of clear shrink tube that I got from old Jimmy Wilkes. Not old with Jimmy Wilkes, but good old Jimmy Wilkes. And here is my Y. See, I don't know what you can see and what you can't see, but here it is. So let's see. So there's my shrink tube. Here's everything tinned and ready to go. Let's see how this goes. Hopefully you can see enough that you get an idea of what it is that I'm actually doing here. Well, that looks like it's going well. That's going well. Okay. It's definitely a lot of work to repin this connector, I gotta tell you. It is extra steps involved. Okay, that's on there good. And we'll take our shrink tube and got a lighter in here somewhere. we will do this. Can you see that? Or did I go too high? So basically, we're going to do that. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I actually need to make another Y. Ain't that a bummer? I didn't count right. So, all my prep work, I got to go back, bring my soldering iron back over there. I'm really trying to get this tube to shrink up here good. Okay. That seems okay. I'll zoom out and show you the action. So there is the finished product. Looks pretty good. So now I'm just going to rinse and repeat that a bunch more times, and then I can install my female housing. Okay, there it is, the finished product. There's the old. Here's the new. It may not be the prettiest job in town. This was the suspect 2 wires, right? So I cut it back further, and the 6th Y that I made extra long for this guy here to get rid of. Well, you can see I didn't use that part because that wire's burnt and you don't want to use that. So started fresh way up here, so that's why that solder joint's up there and these guys are down here. Anyway, that's done. I think I've been working on this repinning of the board and the female side of things for about 2 hours, so you know, it's taken a bit of time, but now it is time to put everything back together again and cross my fingers. Okay, there it is. Everything is put back together again. There is one connector there that's not plugged in. That is for the old plasma display, and that is for the LED color DMD. LCD actually. But yeah, let's put the machine back together again and power it on, see what happens. All right, that was at least a couple hours between last night and today because I'm slow. But here is the ultimate test. Please be nice, Magna Mantra, whatever your name is. Matra Magna. Okay, it actually booted up. That's a great sign. I was very worried that I screwed something up, bridged a connector, or, you know, that was my main concern because I reflowed so many connectors. I was afraid I might have soldered a couple together, but I was pretty careful, but still, you just never know. So the good news is it doesn't appear as though I made any backwards progress, which I am prone to do. All right, well, for the moment, things appear to be happy, and only time will tell whether the machine resets or not. But there is one more feature that I didn't really get to show you, so we might as well do that and see if anything crashes in the meanwhile. So I wanted to show you the dropping of the ball from the magnet using the flipper button. So let's start off with a full plunge just because it always feels good. And let's do this again. Let's get our second magic trick and show you this illusion one more time. Oh, get in there. Watch the ball magically levitate in the air and come out the top side. Very magical. Okay, let's lock the ball. This little door comes down to release the ball when the time comes. And now I think we need to drop down the drop targets. Let's see if I'm right. Does the wand move over now? Okay, let's lock ball number 2. I forget what moves the magnet wand over now. Maybe I just have to get to the silence the critics mode. So let's start multi-ball, and I'll show you the balls exiting out of the trunk. So here we go. Alright, so we'll just drain out of that. Try and sneak in one jackpot. There we go. Why not? Oh, look. Magnet has moved over. Or the wand. Okay, so now, what I'm going to do is throw the ball up the left ramp. And as soon as the ball starts coming down the wand, I'm going to hit the right flipper button right about when the ball's here and try and drop it into the critic's mouths. Because right now, there's a magician trying to do tricks. And these critics are, you know, heckling the magician, right? They got some fun call-outs. Flip much, or you just practice a lot, says Magna. So there's the critics. Okay, so let's try and silence one of these guys. Here we go. Silence the critics. Oh, boom. See that? Welcome to level 2. So we have officially silenced the critics. So the next thing is to keep doing more magic tricks. Oh, look, I just got a tiger. Miraculous save is lit. Just gotta kick back here. And you know, sometimes when you go in here, you get to choose which path you want to go down, but not that time. Okay, so basically, I'm kind of just, might as well go to the next wizard mode for fun. So this is the next lit shot, so that'll be our next trick. So the first time you go around, those are level 1. I'm going to zoom out a bit. Level 1 tricks. Now we're on to level 2 tricks. So we got to do the sword trick next. It says sword trick. That's swallowing a sword. Oh, no, level 2 is a different sword trick. That's cool. There's some animations that I have not seen yet. Because it's hard when you're playing. It's hard to be watching. Okay, super spinner is the next trick. Let's go through that. Oh, I think we got to hit that a few times. There we go. Now, maybe it's super loops. That's the next trick. I think we got to go back in here, or is that? We must be getting close. Okay, yeah. Genie bottle is now lit, so that's the next trick. Here we go. We get to choose. So I'll go left side. What do we get? Triple power play. Okay, so that is actually the next wizard mode. So what we got to do is, it looks like it wants us to go up the ramp. Okay, so let's start with that.
Behold, my magic powers.
Oh, I think, yes, that's what it is. You have to lock 3 balls up the ramp, I believe. Oh shit. I drained. That's right. It's only ball 1. Hey, have you noticed? The machine is not reset yet. Uh-oh. I'm not going to go all the way through the final wizard mode because I don't want to do any spoilers. But, we'll at least go through this. Alright. Lock 2 balls. Oh, you gotta lock 2 balls in one try. You can't drain in between, which I did. Let's not drain again. Here we go. Get up there. Okay, there we go. Now what? Lock a ball. Okay, so we got to do one more. It is triple power play, right? And here we go. Mayhem. So we got our multi-ball, and we have completed our triple power play. So now we can build the jackpot. Let's build it up a few shots for fun, see what happens. And now, jackpot 60 million, holy crap. 70 million, let's go to 100 million. 80, 90, 100. Whoa, all right, I've never seen this before. That's awesome. Okay. The next thing, drain out 2 balls. Hey look, I got an extra ball. You don't see that too often. Okay, so we're down to 1 ball here. And I think I'm just gonna drain out. I don't really want to do any spoilers and give away the whole end of the game. I've only been there a couple times. And I didn't beat it, so I don't even know what it is. So I will, I don't know, before I sell it, maybe I'll try and get through the end and see what happens. But for now, the machine seems to be behaving. If it's behaved this long, then I have some good hope, but it could reset any second, who knows. It's just a matter of time. I feel pretty confident about that resolution, so I'm happy about that. And my stage doors have not acted up once since I have started filming this whole Pinball Magic series here. So far, so good. Everything is actually working. But it is pinball, and my motto on pinball is it is working until it is not. So that is pretty much everything I wanted to discuss about Pinball Magic, and a little impromptu repair task in the middle, but that's okay. So yeah, there it is. Pinball Magic, a special Capcom game that you don't see too often, and you know, I'm already having seller's regret and I haven't even listed it yet, but like I said, you can't keep them all forever. So there you go, Pinball Magic. Okay, I wasn't really gonna do a gameplay video, especially horizontal, so it's not very good view, and I had the glass on, but just for the sake of gameplay, I'm gonna do a little bit if I can. Actually, I'm on ball 3, so I'm gonna have to, oh my god, okay. You know what, good thing there is a continue button. Here we go. I'm buying in. So, just for the sake of adding an actual gameplay, some actual gameplay footage, rather than just me banging around just using my hand. Here we go. So, yeah, here we go. Let's try some old-fashioned, legit gameplay, glass on. Starting at, you know, 2/3 through the wizard mode. And then we can also see if the machine resets too. So the next thing I have to go for are the drop targets. They are all flashing, so that will complete. Oh my god, no! Every once in a while, that right outlane switch doesn't trigger, so you don't get your jinx bonus. And I have messed with that like 10 times, and still is fishy. Okay, so I just did a continuation, and I'm going to continue to do continuation until I make some progress here. Here we go, one more drop target. Let's see if I can backhand that. Oh, a little early. Oh, I hear the critics. Oh, that was a little closer. Come on, I gotta hit this. Yes, okay. Here we go. So, now it's telling me to silence the critics again. Let's go up the ramp. See that red light flashing there? It's saying to silence the critic, but the wand's not over there yet, so here we go. Oh, it fell off the wand. Let's try that again. Hey, that critic said, "You can do it." He's an encouraging critic. I should try and show you the cap combo too. I just saw it come up on the screen one day. I did this combo, I forgot what it was. And it came up on the screen, cap combo, and it was like Chun-Li or someone shooting like one of the fireballs or one of the Street Fighter characters. Okay, so what do I actually need to do for this trick? Oh, that was it. Okay, sweet. So now I gotta go up the middle to the stage. Oh, I just missed. I'm totally cheating my way to the wizard mode here. Trying to, anyway. I actually have to make shots in order for that to happen. We will take a little multi-ball. Can I still do tricks during multi-ball? No, I cannot. So let's just survive. Left ramp for a jackpot. Get up there. It's definitely a steep ramp. There we go. Alright, forget that. Okay, where do I want to go? In the middle? Yeah, middle. There we go. Oh, you little fucker. You rejected on me. Don't reject. Oh. Okay, I have a couple more rebuys left. I think you're allowed like 9 or something. I'm gonna rebuy again. Totally cheating. If I can get one trick per ball, I might be able to get there. As long as that stupid shot doesn't reject me again. That like never happens. Why are you rejecting? Thank you. Can you see the effect from way back here? Yeah. And you can see the guy levitating on the display as well. Okay. We're getting close. Looks like I need the targets on the left and the drop targets. Do I need both? That's a tall order. Alright, I thought I hit one on the left. Did I not? Okay, let's start with the drop targets then. So I only have 2 of those left. There it is. Got it. Sweet. Okay. This is an insert you very rarely see lit. This pink one right here. That is called Presto Changeo. We need to hit the magic color ball. I think I have 1 credit left. I never go for this shot, so I don't ever... Alright, boom. Pick the right door this time. I might need to hit that Presto Changeo 3 times, I think. Did it even register? My first hit? Whoa. Yes. Oh, look at the animation. How cool is that? You never see that. This is so deep in the game, that's why. Okay, let's try this again. Oh, come on now. This is deadly. No, please don't. Oh, let's go left. What do I get? What do I get? Oh, didn't even tell me. No! That means I have to hit it 3 times on my last credit. Willst thou buy in? Yes, I will with my last credit. Come on. There we go. I don't know. Probably have to hit it 3 times though. So, don't you dare. Okay, that's coming back.
Lose something.
Okay, come on. I like tickled it. Totally tickled it. Uh-oh. Struggling here. Just do a post pass and hit it. Okay, that was... I gotta go later. Later. There we go. Nailed it. Whoa. Let's go. This might be it. Like, the last thing is flashing here. Go late. Nailed it. How many more? Oh, I see. I gotta hit it 2 more times to get rid of each color. I've got red and white left. Man, that is a tall order. It's a cool animation here with the snake. Okay, 2 times. And then we're going to the wizard mode. That was really sketchy. I can't believe I survived that. Okay, just hit it. Thank you. 1 color left, white. Nailed it! What is... Okay. Here it is. This is wizard mode. You can hear the buzzing of me holding the flipper. Okay. I don't know what I need to hit here. I totally forget. Maybe everything? Uh-oh. Come on, let's hit something. Please, anything? There, I hit something. Okay. I don't know what I need to do to beat her. There we go. That seemed to do damage. Let's hit some drop targets. Yes, that did damage. Yes, you don't like that. Oh, there's another set. Oh! Is that it? Okay, I'm going to end on that note. Got to the wizard mode. Cheating. But didn't beat it, so I didn't really give away any spoilers. I still don't even know what happens. Almost got 1 billion points. So this is also cheating. So we'll go C H T cheat. I am pretty much more confident now that what I did there on the powered board has resolved my resetting issue. I'm just mesmerized by the animations and color every time. But yeah, so seems to be working. I'm pretty stoked about that. So there it is. Pinball magic. Hope you enjoyed.